Hi everybody, Roger here. It's 2 days in a row, and I'm really enjoying this video montage, this video thing I'm putting together here with all these videos that I'm making. So kind of want to continue the pace. You know, the investment for me here was definitely this little magnetic stand on my window here. You know, occasionally you're going to be feeling the bumps of the roads and stuff, and seeing that jitter across the screen from time to time. But overall, it helps me make videos frequently. You know, if I have to rely on going home, setting up my camcorder and everything, I'll still be making those, but those I'm going to save those for like bigger subjects, and these are going to be the driving ones. Will probably be more talking points or miscellaneous things like that. What I kind of really wanted to get into today, was why my current scenario. It's already been a year. Today is November 14th. A year and a week now, since a year and 6 days since President Trump has been in office, has been elected, and I wanted to kind of go over what's happened from then till now. So basically, what's going on regarding that, and what I mean, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but what I want to go over is how I was able to cope with a lot of the loss of friends that I ended up having due to Trump getting elected. And believe me, it was. I don't have a lot of friends to begin with, but it was insane the amount of friends that I lost along the way, friends and family. So I'll get to it. You know, on a lot of the communication I do regarding friends, I live in, well, I won't give out the place I live, you probably know from my surroundings, but I live in the South, and a lot of my family is in the North. A lot of my good family and friends, you know, lifelong. I used to live in the Northwest area and of the United States, and all of the people there I still keep in close contact with. You know, I've people that I used to, my family, my friends, old high school friends, old college friends, and then we have a big segment in my life, my personal life, was my gym friends. You know, I used to be a personal trainer and worked at a gym for a good number of years, and that right there was probably the biggest part of my life. You know, it was fun. I went from telling people to get off their ass to you know, sitting on my ass all day these days. But anyways, I'll cut to the chase. You know, a lot of my close relationships were from that time. I would probably say that's probably between, obviously, when I was born till 2003. And then from there, things just went a different direction. You know, I started a new life. I reinvigorated my lust for life, I guess I should say, with college and whatnot. Took on a different career, and things changed from there. So, again, I made friends up to 2003. Not to say I didn't afterwards, but I made all these friends, and all these friends decided that after Trump got elected, because I would be posting a lot of things, you know, pro-Trump. You know, I was on the Rand Paul boat initially until it was likely that he was not going to be elected, but then Trump made the most sense out of everybody going forward. And, you know, unlike what a lot of people are going to say, you know, no, he's not perfect. Well, he's not perfect, but he's got the gusto to get the job done, or at least the majority of it, more than other presidents that would have been elected and have been elected. So, anyways, the day after he got elected, it was that night, and everybody's waiting for the polls, and Hillary Clinton decides not to, you know, show up at her address. You know, she's getting drunk for that night, and I'm just excited. You know, you already know with the Electoral College count that it's Trump. I think I kind of knew it when Pennsylvania was called. You know, I'm not one of those people that are going to say, oh, I knew it, but I had a feeling, let's put it that way. And that same night, I posted a couple of things on my Facebook account. There's one friend who decided to email me, and out of the blue, this is what he says. He says, you know, we've been friends for so long, I would prefer it if you unfriended me, because he started going to this story about a supposed person a friend of his who was jogging, and apparently there was a truck that came up next to him, and the truck screamed at him and said, "Oh, we're gonna get you, you FAGS," and now that Trump's in office. And I'm like, that just doesn't sound realistic, And then the same couple of days during that time frame, there were a lot of people coming out with accusations. There was I think shortly thereafter, there was a church that somebody put swastikas all over, but it ended up being a black guy that did it to start race wars. Then there was a lady who, in Florida, I believe, saying that 2 or 3 college men ripped the burqa off her head, and now I think, actually as of now, I read on the news a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago that she's going to be found guilty of it or something, of lying about it. All these people are lying and fabricating these stories, and they're making them up. And then that one ad, I don't even know who the congressman is, but the ad depicting this big, Ford F-350 diesel truck with "Don't tread on me," bumper stickers and whatnot. Having little minorities. That little boy actually looked like me when I was a kid. The main one in that commercial. Have minorities run away? Really? That doesn't make any sense, because that truck was so far away. How do they know that it was coming after them up until the very end? And at the same time, that whole stupid scenario is obnoxious. When have you ever heard of a case where somebody has done that? Where somebody goes and chases little kids into an alleyway, and then and I guess where I'm going with this is with regular civilians. Yeah, you're going to get those loonies out there that do that and do that crazy stuff, but those kind of stories are few and far between unless the media is just not covering them. Anyways, I guess where I'm going with this is this guy told me he wanted to unfriend me, or he wanted me to unfriend him. He didn't want to unfriend me. He's like, "I want to remember you the way that you were when we were, friends." And so I, after him telling me the story of his friend getting bullied, I emailed him and requested me to not be his friend. I sent him an email back saying, "Well, no, I'm not going to unfriend you. I've never unfriended anybody in my life. I don't censor people. I don't block people. I don't live in my own bubble. I don't live in my own echo chamber." I said, I've listened to you guys ramble and spread things about Hillary Clinton along the way, or I forget who the other female candidate was at this time, and Bernie Sanders, throughout the whole year, and now all of a sudden you guys are, sore losers. It's fine. It's fine. I had to live with 8 years of Obama. I had to live with 8 years of Bush. I'm not siding with any political party here. I think it's mental when you think that a person who is elected president is going to ruin all of our friendships because I support him. I support our nation getting ahead. So I said, no, if you want to unfriend me, that's your choice, but I'm not going to be doing that. That's just immature. This guy's about maybe 15, 20 years older than me. So we're still friends. I think he dropped it after that. But then all the other people on Facebook, I would post stuff afterwards about, how the numbers were way off in the polls. Now that I knew was fabricated. You never trust the polls. You always know they're coming from somewhere else. And then you see the sources of the polls these days. It's kind of funny. Well, you saw the supposed sources of them prior to that. But people were just like, "Oh, you're totally wrong. Hillary's going to win it. She's got a 98% chance." That's what it says here. And I'm like, well, don't vote then. Do whatever you want. If you're making the choice to not vote, that's your choice. But I wouldn't be trusting the polls. You got to go do your due diligence. I went out there and I voted. I want to make a difference, and I believe in what I'm doing, and I researched my candidates as much as possible, and I could tell fabricated story. I could tell the difference between a fabricated story / lies to possible truth. So, I made the best decision I think I did by voting Trump. Again, shortly after that, it's like everybody decided to stop being my friend. I think I lost about at least 30 friends within a span of about 2 months. And that's the part that sucks, because you just realize how intolerant some of these people are. And then I had a cousin who would always say, "Oh, Alex Jones this, Alex Jones that, I can't believe you really love Alex Jones." And I'm like, well, I don't love Alex Jones. I don't really follow him. I mean, I used to when I was starting this whole thing, but I don't anymore. And not to say that he's a liar or anything, but you know, I'd rather get my sources from individuals, not somebody that relies on the funds of influence. You know, kind of like my foods. You know, if you start noticing that a food that you like just came out, it's doing great, and then everybody starts loving it, you know that something's going to be tainted along the way, so that can meet demand. Same here, you know, news could probably be tainted to meet demand of the funds that these people are getting. I don't know that for sure, but that's my philosophy seems to have worked for me to disclose these kind of scenarios. So anyways, 30 friends lost, you know, in the span of 2 months after Trump was elected. Some of them were family, some of them were friends. I look at that like maybe it's time for them to move on. It's their choice. I don't take things to heart. Apparently other people do. You know, I choose to not be a feelings over fact guy. I used to be a feelings over fact guy. But that doesn't get you anywhere. You know, feelings don't win wars. Feelings don't win arguments. Feelings don't win your sanity back. And apparently 30 people think so at this point. 30 of my old friends. You know, I'm okay with it. Anyways, that was my gripe for the day. I'm about an hour or a minute from my office. Wanted to close it off by saying, if you are one of those people who have had friends leave you because, you know, you voted for the candidate of your choice, because you made an informed decision, because you didn't just go with assumption and the woman card, you know, more power to you. Things will change. You're gonna have a little bit of a shift in friends and whatnot. I actually have a private account where, actually this is the private account that I have where my friends and family, my regular ones, aren't part of it. So, and I will only just close it when the time is right. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a great day. I love doing these videos. You know, I'm pulling into my lot now. I say so many times, you know, again, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna be hopefully making a bigger difference in the way that I speak and present my videos. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys do follow me, if you like my video or hate it, or even offer any type of criticism, positive or negative or otherwise, it's all appreciated. I'm not one of those people who gets their feelings hurt. I have tough skin. You know, even my boss tells me that. He's like, you know, you could take a joke, you could take stabs, you can take criticism, you could take yelling. You know, we're blessed. We're blessed to be alive in this day and age where we can get out of a vehicle and nobody's going to attack us or anything. I mean, and again, that's regional and that is subjective to area, but for the most part in America, we are very blessed and fortunate to be here. I love you guys and hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.